So here's another, clear prophecy of Jesus we find here in Micah 5:2. And again, if you're witnessing to a Muslim or a Jew or even an atheist, these are very important verses because they show that the Bible has credibility, and they show that the Bible is the Word of God, that the Bible told us about things long before they ever happened. And that's, what gives the Bible its credibility, the fact that it tells us that things were going to happen, and then they did happen. Micah 5:2, it says, "Thou Bethlehem Ephratah, though thou be little among the thousands of Judah, yet out of thee shall he come forth unto me, that is to be ruler in Israel, whose going forth have been from of old, from everlasting." So that's a very significant verse because it's telling us that out of Bethlehem, there is going to come forth the everlasting Son of God. And we know that Jesus came out of Bethlehem. We see that in the New Testament, 400 years later, after this prophecy was made by Micah. So it's very significant, for the Muslim, Jewish, atheist, whatever they may be, person who denies God. It tells us very clearly that Jesus is coming forth, the Son of God is coming forth out of Bethlehem in Israel, and his going forth has been from everlasting. And you have a lot of people out there that are Jehovah's Witnesses, Mormons, and they want to say that Jesus is not God. And there's, they'll say that he was created by God, or that he's a little God, or that he's an angel. But yet here it tells us that he's coming from everlasting. And nothing can be from everlasting unless it's God. So clearly Jesus here is God. And this is one of just very, very many verses that tell us that Jesus is God. And this is just a small one. There's so many more verses out there that tell us that Jesus is God. So anytime a Mormon, Jehovah's Witness tries to tell you that Jesus is not God, this is one you can hit them with, and it's just like, bam, right there. Micah 5:2. Jesus is God. But, for the Muslims, atheists, Jewish people out there that want to say that Jesus is never mentioned in the Torah or the Old Testament, what do you do with this? Clearly tells us. And I've showed this verse to rabbis, and they just want to ignore it. They want to pretend like it's not there. They want to say that anytime the Son of God is mentioned in the Torah or Old Testament, that it's speaking of Israel. But here we see that it says that this ruler, his going forth has been from everlasting. So clearly it's talking about God coming to Bethlehem. And, who came out of Bethlehem and claimed to be God? Jesus. So clearly this is a prophecy of Jesus yet again, and there's so many more I'm going to show you. That's just a small one, but it is a great one to remember for Muslims, Jehovah's Witnesses, Mormons, and it just stops the mouth of the lion.